Hey everyone, this is Patricia, and I wanted to share with you this video on how I select my photos for the week for Project Life. And the first thing that I do is I see what the dates are that I need to pull, and the next week I need to do is from the 2nd through the 8th. So I use Lightroom, and I put the date and I put a little brief description next to each date, but I do keep everything together, even my scrapbook work, and eventually I do need to weed that out and just have my personal photos. But for now, this works. So I'm going to go through and see if there's any of these that I want to add, and if I want to add them, I'll do a little development. I'll go and do a little edit to them. My photos, for some reason, will usually print out darker, so I usually make my photos lighter. And I have some presets here that I've made on my own. Some of them I've downloaded from different sites. And I'm going to click that little circle and add that to my quick collection. Now, I know you may not be familiar with Lightroom, and I'm not going to go over how Lightroom works, but hopefully you can kind of see a little bit how it does. I'll have to save that for another video, or I have a link that I could show you a great tutorial on how to use Lightroom. So let me keep going. That's a silly photo I took of myself. That one didn't come out too great with our treadmill is in the garage, so it's kind of a mess. But I still may use it. Let's see if I can make it a little bit prettier. Let's see. Maybe make it just all black and white. That might help it a little bit. And it's a little crooked. I can kind of straighten that a little bit. I'm using this little tool right here, and then I'm going to click done. And I can crop that. You'll see in a little bit I have some templates made to print, and it just kind of helps get the process done a little bit quicker. And I know I definitely want to include this, and I'm going to use the one that I used on Instagram because I kind of cropped. Yeah, I might use that one, but again I need to make it a little bit brighter. That was the photo of my daughter running into school by herself for the first time, so I know I wanted to include that. I took a lot of photos this week, so it's going to be a little challenging to decide which I want to include. Alright, let's see. It was such a gorgeous day, so we spent a lot of time outside. This was with the iPhone, so I'm just trying to see which one is a little bit more focused. Oh, and for Mandy, this is the crawfish homes, the mud bug homes, and they're really teeny tiny. They're not as big as that photo. That photo right there, that is the same as this one right here. So let me look. Oh, that's a cute one too. But I do like her on the swing. So what I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and select it, brighten it up a little bit, click it to add it. And it's fun when we're out in the yard because you see how pretty the yard looks, how spring is starting to come. For us anyway, we're in Louisiana, so it gets we have more warmth down here than we do any kind of cold, but I'm glad that we had a winter. Okay, let's see. This is a really cute one, so I got to decide which one. I kind of like that one with her shadow. Go with that one. And photos, trying to take selfies of myself. I do not take great selfies. That is not my thing. I try to be in everything, but it's really difficult. I'm getting better. I want to include my food. Oops, I don't want to make it vintage though. Let's see. Let me just add a little bit of brightness and add that. Sometimes I don't use my Instagram photos only because with the filter, they will be a little bit darker. So it was crazy, crazy weather. I don't know if I want to include it, but that could be part of the summary for the week. I usually select more photos than what I actually need. I just want photos that tell a story of the week. Oh goodness, there she is with the chocolate in her mouth. We pretty much go to Minchie's 3 times a week. It's her favorite. So let's see a bit more. She took pictures of me. And then was when we got in the car. She loves to listen to music, and that's when we took that crazy, silly photo there. And I definitely want to include that one because it's priceless. It's how she is. And we just had a ball. And all I want to do is just lighten it a little bit. I might come over here and add a little bit of curves to it. And maybe take some of the shadows off. And a little bit of exposure. Yeah, my printer, I have an Epson R1800, I think is what it is. It's an older printer, and it prints dark. I really love this photo. This is probably going to have to be a layout photo, but I'm going to add it just in case it might fit. I don't include every single photo like what I used to do at one time, and it made Project Life really a hard task to do. It was just too much. Alright, so now let me go to my quick collection. And I have some older photos here that I need to get rid of. And I may not have that many. I may need to add a few more, but I like to just kind of look through and just see pictures and stories behind those pictures of a summary of the week. So let's see. Let me go ahead and decide what is going to be on the first pocket. I tend to stay with the design A because it flows for me. I can do it a lot faster. I love, love, love the variety of the protectors, but I love to scrapbook and I love to make cards and I love to do other stuff, and I want Project Life to be something that I can put together quickly. So I tend to stick with the design A. So here we go. Let's see. I'm going to go to my print. And I really need to share that link with you about Lightroom if you want to know more about it and see more about how it works. I've made several templates here, and I'm going to do 8.5 by 11 because I'm going to try to squeeze in a lot more photos. I tend to pick this one right here, 8.5 by 11 Project Life vertical size, 2.89 by 3.929, because if you buy the Becky Higgins protectors, they're not exactly a 3 by 4 pocket. So I want my little Archie boy right there. I think I'm going to have him there. And then I'm going to look at any other photos I want that size. And what I like about doing this size is if I don't want to use it that large, I can just trim it after it's printed. I think I'm going to go with those two. So I'm visually thinking he's going to be in one of the 4 by 6 top pockets. I'm going to have my title card for the week. I'm going to have these two showing us outside. I really should have that mud bug home, shouldn't I? I think I need to add the mud bug from Andy. Let me go back over and get that little mud bug. Let's see, where's that mud bug? It does look like a elephant had a little accident in our yard there. Okay, let's go back. Now I'll add that to print. Okay, so yeah, took it all away. So let me do that again. Add my Archie boy. I don't put photos necessarily always in order exactly how they happened, but I will put them in somewhat of this happened at the beginning of the week and this happened at the end of the week type thing. But they don't have to go in any specific order. Okay. So let me see so I don't waste paper. Let me see what other picture I want to be. See, I have a lot of me and her, and I don't know if I want to include every single one of those. Let me see. I think I'll include that, and see, then all I could say is Emma and I after Minchie's as opposed to including that picture of her. Can save that for a layout. So now I'm going to decide if I'm going to keep these photos, and I think I will keep these, but I will make them into squares. Now I have they're almost 4 inches square photos, but I don't want them that big. I'm going to go a little bit smaller. I think that's the smallest ones that I have. Yeah, because then the other one is a 5 by 5. I don't want that big. And then I do have 2.5. I think I'll go with that. Let's see. No, we'll go a little bit bigger. Okay, I'm going to pick that one. That I can put in Project Life and talk about her school, and which would tie into her going in all by herself. So I like the way that flows together. And let's see, I had decided not to use this one and not to use this one. I think I will try to include him. So these will be fillers, either in some of the 4 by 6 pockets or the 3 by 4 pockets because of their size. And I like to keep a couple that would fit the full 3 by 4. So I think I might save that one and this one of my husband as the 3 by 4. So I'll go ahead and do this one and the lovely Mudbug home as the square. And let me go ahead and print that. Okay. Okay, so that's printing. Let me remove that. Oh, I didn't add the yogurt. I should have added the yogurt. See, I made a mistake there. But that's all right. Let me go ahead and get rid of that one, that one, that one, and that one. It might be kind of cute to break up some of the other color from the photo. My favorite one, it's part of Lightroom. It was built into it, is this one because it lightens it just enough. I think I will go with that. Okay, so I'll send that to print. Now remove that. And now I'm going to go back to my favorite size is that vertical 2.89 by 3.929. I think I'll make that one that size. I can always trim it if I wanted to. If it doesn't work out in the flow of the protectors. And then the one little yogurt picture there that I forgot, I could actually just go ahead and do it like that and then just trim it. And then my week, I feel like my summary of the week is complete. All I have to do is place my photos and start doing the filler cards.